Okay, so here is the question I asked that day. Holy Spirit, through your guidance, I just read The Rewards of God in A Course in Miracles, Chapter 4. What would you share with me now? Answer. Your brother is your gift to yourself. Seen through the eyes of the ego, he is a scapegoat, responsible for all things evil, responsible for all of your misery and pain. But seen through me, he is a gift of healing that you have given yourself, so you may see your pain and suffering and let it go as unreal. When you look at your brother, remember you are looking at me, for there is no separation of any kind. So the blot you see on your brother is a blot you see on me. If you remember who I am, then you remember that this blot cannot be real. So it must be imagined. So there we go. Holy Spirit is asking me, when I look at every single one of my brothers, remember that I'm looking at Him, the Holy Spirit. And by this time, again, by November of 2005, I've been listening to Holy Spirit in words in my mind for a year, which means I know the Holy Spirit. I know it's love. I know it's non-judgment. I know it's comfort. And certainly I do not see a single solitary blot on the Holy Spirit. And so Holy Spirit is saying, when you look at your brother, remember that what you're looking at is me. So if you see anything else, anything that you don't recognize as me, then what you're looking at is unreal. It's imagined. It's not true. And as I think I've told you guys before, I'm not what some people would call a bliss ninny. And by that I mean if I don't actually get it, I can't just say, okay, it's not real. At some level within me where I need to really know it's not real. I need to get it. But what's happened is that I have gotten it. So if I look at my brother and I see something that could be perceived as a blot, what I understand now is that my brother, for example, let's say my brother is, heavily criticizing another brother. I've been seeing a lot of that lately, so it's a great example. Let's say my brother is heavily criticizing, judging another brother. At one time I would have seen that as a blot, and I would have judged the brother that was judging. So, I would have jumped right in the pool of judgment with him. But what I've come to see now is that all that's really happening is that, there are these ego thoughts in our one mind because we put them there. And all that's really happening is that the brother who is speaking from judgment right now is just believing those thoughts. He's just believing thoughts that we put in the mind. And when I see that the brother is just believing thoughts that we put in the mind, I'm no longer seeing that brother as guilty, which means I'm no longer seeing a blot. I actually see an innocent son of God just believing thoughts, just not awake yet. It's not a blot at all. And so it makes it very easy for me to look at something like a brother seriously judging, another brother, and truly realize, not in the bliss ninny way, but in a really heartfelt way, truly realize that it's not real. And it's funny, there isn't even a need for forgiveness, because the truth is there's nothing to forgive. And this is really what the Course says. The Course says that forgiveness itself is an illusion, and it is. Once the innocence is truly seen, there's just nothing to forgive at all anymore. But this is where Holy Spirit's beginning to teach me these things. This is where Holy Spirit is teaching me to get these things. And yeah,